Hi, everybody. Adam Stern, CEO of Strata SFR for our May monthly touch base. It's been a busy last 30 days for me in Strata. My time has been pretty well bifurcated between doing a core business of brokering SFR, build for rent and land and lots, and taking steps toward building this new platform that we're building, actually helping Strata transition from simply a brokerage that does something in a pretty special way to a legit platform that's empowering or will empower other people to leverage what we built to their benefit. So I thought I'd go over two things. Number one, like my last 30 days, how I'm attacking this challenge of converting Strata from brokerage to platform and how I'm thinking about it, how I'm doing it, but also some of the things that we're doing in the market in terms of actually brokering deals and bringing buyers and sellers together. So I'll preface this by saying Strata's the second business that I built, and both Strata and my previous business were relatively small operations where we were essentially boutique brokerage shops. And in everything that I've done before, me and my team has been the sole deal maker, the sole broker in our model. Meaning we're the ones that go out and find the buyers, we're the ones that go out and find the owners, and we're the ones that consummate transactions. And what I found was it wasn't a very scalable model unless you wanted to hire more brokers and train more brokers and scale the brokerage model. That didn't seem all that exciting to me. So the genesis of me wanting to take us from brokerage to platform is just this. I think the way we do things at Strata is special. You know, our methodology has always been find buyers and vet them and take those buyers with that vetting, knowing where they want to buy and what they want to buy, and use that information to find owners, let owners know we have these buyers, and only take listings if we know we have buyers ready, able, and willing to pursue them. So in that respect, we acted more like a matchmaking service than a brokerage, but still we were a pretty, it wasn't that technologically adept. It was pretty analog. A lot of the processes and systems we put together were manual. And what I came to realize over the last really 60 days of really vetting different technologies that are out there and asking myself one question. I asked myself, if I built a brokerage around the concept of Strata never finding a buyer directly and Strata never finding an owner directly, but rather creating enough value to help people that are in the space of what I call deal makers, brokers, title companies, mortgage companies, lenders, attorneys, if I allowed other people to generate owners and buyers and leverage what we built so that they can do more transactions with them, what would that look like? So I started over the last 60 days trying to find technology solutions. And basically what I found was really, it was really eye-opening, because in terms of qualifying buyers, there's certainly technology out there already that we can vet buyers, understanding where they want to buy, what they want to buy, and how they want to buy. But there's also technology out there that is designed for lenders to bring buyers to a qualification process that will get not only what they want to buy and where they want to buy, but also their ability to buy. And that's not a complicated technology. It's complicated to build, but it's already been built for lenders. On the other side, the ability to take in listings and the ability to take those listings and identify the different components of them so they can be matched to certain buyers, that's a relatively new thing, but there are other technologies out there that certainly let you create a listing. The matching algorithm is going to be something that's a bit of a secret sauce to us, but I think the real game changer is how we're going to go about adding value to other deal makers to help us expand our network. Like the idea that every broker, lender, title company, attorney, insurance firm out there has a network and an audience of people that generally want the same thing as we want. They want to buy and sell real estate. They want to operate efficiently. They want financing, and they want to do it all very efficiently. And I thought about what we can do in terms of like the platform we're building to incentivize those deal makers to invite their network into ours and get benefit from it. And you know, the thing that we've landed on is every person, whether they're a title insurance lender, attorney, insurance person, like every person in that audience for any one of those service providers should all want the same thing. They all want access to buyers that can buy, that have criteria that overlap with what they own and are qualified to buy. Everyone wants access to buyers, and everyone wants access to off-market deal flow that no one else has access to, regardless of who that person is. As long as they own real estate or invest in real estate, they should want those two things. So the idea that we're pursuing is, if we can provide everyone's network those two things and allow people to have the benefit of offering that, but also give them the benefit of being able to sell their product to their audience and be top of lists and create some visibility on what their clients are doing, that's the holy grail. And that means we can go to any lender, title company, or whoever, people will be called deal makers, and we can provide this platform, describe the value, being able to offer those two things, buyers and access to inventory, but also give them the opportunity to do more business with their already existing clients. And if clients come to us and they're not attached to a broker, lender, whoever, we'll have the ability to essentially assign that person to that contact so they can get good service for that product type in that market. So without divulging too much, basically how I'm attacking this at the counsel of some really smart people that I'm depending on to build this technology is, I went through and built out this really big, complicated workflow I was super proud of. It took people from like the first marketing stage all the way through the activation stage, the fulfillment stage, and the retention stage. And I had someone really smart look at it, and he was like, "This is beautiful. Like, don't pay attention to 95% of this and focus on the top 5%. And what he said was, you need to go through a discovery process, because what you have in your mind might not be exactly what the market wants from you. So he challenged me. He said, get on the phone with 100 people that are owners, buyers, deal makers, and ask them some really probing questions about what they might want from you and what you can do for them and what would incentivize them to become part of this new thing that we're building. And do that all on AI note-taking recordings so that you can have a conversation. AI can take notes, and then after all 100 calls, we can create a brief created by the AI, and we can give that brief to the technology company, who could then build the product to suit that audience who we're going to roll out the MVP to, and who will have a vested interest in using it because they helped us shape it. And that's how you build a platform from the ground up. You just don't create it and then hope people use it. You create this discovery process that gathers intelligence from the market and informs what you should build. Then you build it, provide it to that group, iterate, optimize, re-present it, and eventually it'll be good enough, maybe not perfect for everyone, but good enough for mostly everyone to find value in. And that's when you look to launch it and then scale. So that's the plan moving forward. I'm psyched about it. I don't know if I'm doing any of this right, but I got good people around me giving me some good advice. And I just assume, if I pick the right people and they have done similar things like this before, and I follow their directions to a T, then I'll get to the place that I know I'm going to. And my feeling throughout all this has been like a combination of utter joy that I'm doing something that I think is worthwhile, total disgust in my inability to do certain things well, and worry that I just won't be able to pull it off. And I realized after a while that all of these thoughts in my head are just freaking noise, and they kind of distract you from the thing that's most important, which is the thing that's right in front of you, which for me right now, it's running the business, getting deals done with, buyers and sellers, but also spending enough time doing this discovery call process, which I'm finding harder than I thought. I'm comfortable on the phone, but actually asking people questions and being patient enough for an answer has been a little bit foreign to me. So I think this is all healthy. I think it's all going to lead to us eventually rolling out this MVP to this small group of discovery call participants and eventually launching it large scale to the rest of our network. And I think this value proposition of having a network of qualified embedded buyers and unique off-market deal flow as a way to provide value to everyone in the network, whether you're an owner, buyer, or a deal maker, is a really good idea. So I'll tell you guys more as we get closer to the launch of the MVP, and I'm going to create some videos around this journey I'm going through from like brokerage owner to novice platform builder to successful platform owner. Should be interesting, and that's what I'm doing on the platform side. On the business side, IMN was good. What I realize is there's a lot of portfolio owners out there that realize it's the time to sell. They realize that the market's changed and they need good advice on how to price and package their properties, and they need advice on how to find willing buyers for their property. So there's no shortage of opportunities out there. What's harder to place right now is deals with buyers. Buyers are buying in all kinds of different ways. Very few programmatically, a lot opportunistically, and opportunistic buyers generally are harder to service because you really got to understand the kind of value they're looking for in order to find a deal that really fits them well. So we kicked up another, half a dozen portfolio opportunities. There's builders out there with excess inventory. The market's not great right now, and they're having a hard time placing all their inventory or selling their inventory at the velocity they want to. So I feel like there's a lot of inventory out there from builders that want to move it in bulk. Again, the issue is finding buyers that have the exact right buy criteria and buying strategy to match up to that. And the good old, reliable land and lots. There is no land and lot deal that we won't take because we've got a whole heap of builders that are hungry for it, even though in a lot of markets around the country, the market's softening a little bit, but still they have to build houses and they have to buy lots to build those houses on. So, in terms of the core business, I don't think the market's great right now. I don't think it's bad. I just think it's the market. It depends on how many buyers you can attract and how many good opportunities you can find to fit those buyers. And I think we'll end up, coming out of IMN with a handful of new opportunities we can place and hopefully get transactions done with. When the platform rolls out, we'll be able to do a large scale across many, many, many more buyers and many more owners, which I'm psyched about, but that's all to come. So that's my update. Hopefully you all found that interesting. I'll be sending out some new content in terms of like the Strata party pictures we got. Those are awesome. And also some tidbits on what we're building and how we're building it so that we can get people excited about what we're doing and hopefully get them on board when it's ready. All right, that was it. Thanks for listening.